Our Xbox kind of has been on the fritz for a while, but the kids migrated over to the Switch.
Oh,
we have the
okay.
Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. Is it on the Switch? I don't think it is. I wouldn't think so.
No.
So I'd have to go buy a new video game system, and I just don't play enough yet. Maybe I will, though. Maybe I will for this game.
A lot of people made their comeback.
I know. I need to. It's been too long for me. I have been out on the sidelines. I used to play Rainbow Six Vegas all the time, and now nothing. I do no video games. I go home. I listen to the kids on what their games are that they're playing. We'll play some Wordle. It's not a video game. It's on my phone, though. I'll do that. I'll do a little Wordling now and then. But yeah. Well deserved for Jeremiah Smith to be on the cover of that.
That's a good game. No,
Maybe Jeremiah Smith could be on Wordle as well. That's when he's really made it, is when he's just popping up on Wordle.
It was a no-brainer to have him on there. I seen on the deluxe version, they got Caleb Downs and Ryan Day is on the deluxe version. But, having Ryan Williams and JJ, those are like the two youngest but best wide receivers in college football. Very recognizable figures. So, yeah. It was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Now, they should have made it all Ohio State theme and just had, Caleb, Ryan Day, and JJ. But
I mean, they're the national champions. You would think that probably should matter a little bit.
Have you seen the deluxe copy where they got all the Reggie Bush is on there, Denard Robinson?
I like that.
Young freshman quarterback.
Are they letting Reggie Bush be Reggie Bush? Are they taking away all of his Heisman abilities because they took away his Heisman? Is that I hope that he's the Reggie Bush of old in the game. I hope he's almost unstoppable because that's what he was in college. That's the way it should be.
He was definitely fun to watch. I definitely remember playing that. But when he was on the game, I actually played more with Ohio State because Ted Ginn was like a cheat code.
Oh, I bet he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just throw it up there and let him go get it. Ted Ginn had one of those underrated NFL careers, too, where
Ted played a lot of seasons.
Played a long time.
And even in towards his last days, that man still seemed like he ran like a 4.2.
No, I know. He was always quick, and he always ended up every year being not like a leader in yardage, but up there in total yards from scrimmage because,
he catch them bombs.
Yeah, absolutely. But you're right. He was one of those guys that when he got drafted, I feel like he was top 10. Maybe he was 10th exactly.
I think he went ninth.
Okay.
Because he wore number 19, first round, 9th pick.
Oh, that's right. There you go. Ted Ginn, I remember when that draft happened, I remember a lot of people saying, I don't know about drafting this guy at 9. I think that's kind of a mistake. And whether you think he worked out as far as the 9th overall pick, no doubt he had an amazing career in the NFL.
Yeah. I mean,
to say nothing of what he did in college, which was also great.
He got to go to a Super Bowl. I think he was with the Panthers when Cam Newton and them was there, right?
That feels right.
Or was he in New Orleans by that time?
I can't. I know he was in both those places. I know he was in Carolina for a while. I don't know if he was there when they went to the Super Bowl. That's another one, by the way. That Cam Newton, yes, I understand he fumbled the ball and didn't dive on the loose ball. Cam Newton was awesome that year. He won the MVP. He was great. People want to denigrate what Cam Newton eventually became or all that stuff. That was an all-time season that he had. Unbelievable.
Well, he should have dove on the ball.
I know he should have. But he also all right, so we're going to let the one play define you? I guess the answer is yes.
Ted was with Carolina.
There you go. Did the Browns' strategy of tanking a few years ago work out? No, it didn't. But we'll talk about what all came of that and if it was worth it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and welcome to your Wednesday. We are still noticing that the 71 northbound ramp towards 270 East over by Grove City is still closed this morning. It has been for a couple hours and will continue to be. We just got off the phone with dispatchers. They say that a semi-truck was involved. No one was injured, thankfully, but that it was a loaded vehicle, so crews are just cleaning up the situation. Will still take them about 3 hours or so to clean up the area. So a good detour. You'll want to know if you're heading in that area, take 71 northbound to State Route 104 down to South High Street, and hopping back on 270 eastbound will save you a little bit of time. I'm 10 TV's Brian Albizu with your fan traffic.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BODY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BODY to 321-321. That's BODY to 321-321.
Hey guys, don't waste time and money with low-quality online TRT that charges you over $100 just to start. Visit the TRT experts today at Low T Center for a free consultation and free test. The treatment is personalized to your body, and most major insurance is accepted. And you'll get the freedom to choose if you want in-center care or at-home treatment. Looking to lose weight? Get a free B12 shot when you start prescription treatment. The offer is limited, so book now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Two men who both know the value of a good hat.
Your ball!
This is Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. You can hop in the YouTube chat. Tyvis is always active in there. Go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan. We're hanging out with you. Just click on it and check out the live stream. I saw this article from Terry Pluto, who, he's written up in Cleveland for years for the Plain Dealer, Cleveland.com, whatever you want to call it. Headline of the article: did the Browns' 1-31 run and the roster teardown pay off? I didn't read his article, but the answer is no. It did not. I mean, let you tell me, Tyvis. You did get Myles Garrett out of that.
Mm-hmm.
You got Denzel Ward. You got some high draft picks is what I'm saying.
Yep, you got Baker, Denzel, Nick Chubb.
Okay. Baker hasn't been here for a while and kind of rejuvenated himself since he left here.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Chubb is obviously, done here.
Yeah.
Not that, as much as we'd love to see him, he's done. And he had many productive years, so you can't take that away. But how many playoff games did you make it to? After the big 1-31, 2 awful years?
No.
1.
3.
3?
Didn't they play 3? Yeah.
They play 3 playoff games? How many did they win?
They won 1.
There you go.
Which means they was in 2 that year. They played.
That's right.
They beat Pittsburgh.
That's
and they
right.
lost to Kansas City.
And they had one other one.
And then they played the Texans 2 years ago.
That's right.
So 3.
So 3 playoff games, 1 win for 2 years of abject failure. Is that good? Is that worth it to you? Not to me. That's not it for me.
Not at all. I mean, if you're gonna tank to get those picks and you're supposed to hit on those players. I mean, at this point, you're supposed to have established who your franchise quarterback was. So you should have had that question answered. If you're going to get the #1 pick in the draft, usually you got to get that right. You got it right with Myles Garrett. You got it right with Denzel. You had it right with Nick Chubb. But after that class, they have missed a lot since then.
Yeah.
And obviously that was a different regime. That was John Dorsey that was drafting those guys. Now you got AB, and AB to this day, the only player that AB has drafted that's been very productive for this team is JOK. Outside of that, the rest of the picks have been
very
mediocre at best.
Right. I don't feel like that era. I don't think I would do it again to that point.
No.
As much as I am usually someone who sees the logic in don't be fake good, right? Don't go out there and try to say, well, actually, if we just did this and this and this, maybe we could get to 7 or 8 wins. You could go that Steelers route like they've been doing the last, it seems like decade, but I know it hasn't been. Ever since kind of Big Ben fell off, and then they've just really never figured it out since then at quarterback.
Yeah.
They've been a team that's hanging around the edge of the playoffs, can get into the playoffs here and there. They don't win playoff games. They're not a serious Super Bowl contender. But hey, gang, look at it. We're in it. We have a shot to win. That is where I feel like that gets to be a crutch. I don't want to see the Browns ever lean on that crutch of, don't get me wrong, I'd love to see them make the playoffs every year. But ultimately, what are we here for? To have like fun winning a playoff game and then really having no shot? Or do you want to build a winner?
I think the problem is they had – so when Baker won when they beat Pittsburgh and then they played Kansas City, they had a chance to win that game. And you think about it, you compared yourself to Kansas City, who I think ultimately went on to win the Super Bowl that year. But
I believe you're right.
It came down to a 4th and 12, and you let Chad Henne,
never forget it,
of all people,
I'll never forget it,
quarterback come in and convert 4th and 12. Now, there was other things in that game. You know, you had Rashard Higgins fumble the ball out the back of the end zone, which he tried to reach, and they like punched the ball.
Well, yeah, the targeting at the 1 yard line where right before halftime, it didn't get called. And it's like, how does this not get called?
So you had a lot of things like that. But I think in that moment, fans was like, we're close. We're like right there. And
they were wrong.
The problem is
they weren't that close.
No,
I mean, look,
the problem is they said to them, this is what happened. The Browns said to themselves, they made the decision that Baker wasn't going to be the long-term answer. So they traded for Deshaun, and Deshaun just has not and probably will never be what he once was.
No,
that financial burden is the reason why they are in the situation they're in. The only way that they can get out of it is if they draft well and develop those players that they draft, because they're on rookie contracts.
And then they keep time on their side in that regard.
Yes, and they just keep missing on them picks, and that's the problem.
Well, and I think at some point that's where this front office, like Andrew Berry, there has to be some legitimate discussion there. I realize with the Haslam family, it's always going to be difficult to know how much of this is Andrew Berry, how much of this is that front office, and how much of this is the ownership group, at least leaning in and saying, we want a quarterback, do whatever it takes. Well, if you get that instruction from your ownership group, that may not be a bad idea, do whatever it takes to get the best quarterback out there. If Andrew Berry then says, all right, well, the way to make that happen is to go after the top guy available that we can get, who at the time they thought was Deshaun Watson, they ended up being wrong about that. And I don't think it was a good idea, but I'm saying it's hard to know exactly who was at fault there. It's hard to know exactly who's at fault for some of the strategy of what are we doing organizationally. But you can't look at those picks and say ultimately they haven't really drafted well these last few years. The best thing you've had is Kevin Stefanski has had an offense that can keep you in games from time to time when you have a competent quarterback. When you don't have a competent quarterback, it looks like hot garbage. Defensively, you've been pretty good over the years, but you just haven't had an offense that can, you haven't had a quarterback that can utilize Kevin Stefanski's offense other than Baker for a few years and then Joe Flacco for half a season. And that's pretty much been it. So this year feels like they are trying to recapture, if we give Joe Flacco the reins or Kenny Pickett, they can run the offense with the weapons we have on defense. Hopefully that keeps these games under 17 points, and then you just need to score 2 touchdowns and a field goal. You might win these games.
Well, I think that's when
I think that's what they're looking at right now, to say maybe that gets us back to where we're a playoff team, gives people hope. Then we get rid of Deshaun Watson. We can go out and try to be buyers more than just piddling along with draft picks. That's what I think their strategy is right now.
Yeah, I think that they looked at it like even when Joe Flacco came in and caught lightning in the bottle, you got to think in that season, Nick Chubb was hurt, so they didn't have Nick Chubb, and they were on their 3rd and 4th string tackles.
That's true, too.
So it's not like they had superstars on offense. I had Amari Cooper, Joe Flacco, Njoku. That's it. And I think when they look at that, they said, well, what made that season so special? What was the difference? They had the number 1 ranked defense in the in the world at the time.
Yeah, right.
So I think for them, they thought to themselves, how do we get that defense back? Because that's the only chance that we got. We got Joe Flacco or these young quarterbacks or whoever the quarterback is. We went and got us a run game with Quinshawn and Dylan Sampson and Jerome Ford, if you want to throw him in the mix. You got David Njoku, and you went and paired him with Harold Fanning Jr. from Bowling Green.
Yeah.
So you're going to probably go back to the 12 personnel. And you got Jerry Jeudy, who's is a good route runner. He's not quite Amari Cooper, but he's up on that level. And hopefully Cedric Tillman is healthy. So when you look at it from that standpoint, it's decent. It's not like the offense is just great, but can be productive with Kevin's system.
Like I've said, if they can score 20 points a game, they probably lose like 3 games.
They could barely score 10 last year.
I know. That was always the problem last year.
But I think that they really going to lean in on the defenses. That's probably why they took Mason Graham with that pick.
No, and don't get me wrong.
And Carson Schlesinger.
The other problem with the tanking thing they did with that 1-31 couple years is like the strategy itself may not be bad.
I hated it.
I know you hated it, but the strategy itself doesn't necessarily, the results don't mean the strategy was bad. The problem was the people you had to execute the strategy were bad. Like John Dorsey and that group those were not good decision makers, in my opinion. Or at least whatever they were doing coupled with the Haslam family, that all didn't work well. So
you can't say that because the players that John Dorsey drafted are still the best players on the Browns team.
Yeah, but not enough of them. Like I'm saying, you did all that to get to what we said, one playoff win and never really being a competitor for a Super Bowl, other than if you want to say that Chiefs game means that they hung with the Chiefs for 4 quarters. Fine. That to me, like, do we consider the Bills to be a legitimate contender for Super Bowl? Yeah.
Yes.
They've hung with the Chiefs like multiple years in a row, and it's just hard to beat them, right?
They can't get over the hump.
Do the Ravens feel like a legitimate Super Bowl contender?
Yeah,
yes,
but
they still have their issues, but they are that to me is a different level than, well, that one time in the playoffs, though, when we got there, hey, and then we knocked out their quarterback, almost beat Chad Henne.
The Ravens' issue is coaching in the playoffs. They go away from, they do something all in the regular season to be successful, and then get in the playoffs and do the exact opposite.
I agree with you on that.
I don't understand it.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's very mystifying why some of these teams can't get over the hump. But I'm saying that's the level we're talking about. The Eagles are constantly around the last 4 teams. They're always in championship games, Super Bowl conversations. The Browns having one moment in 10 years.
We got a long way to go before
That's
that.
exactly right. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That to me, the tanking strategy didn't work out. It's not necessarily because of the strategy. It's because of how it was implemented. When you had all those picks, I don't think they did well enough with those picks. Kirk Cousins, he could have a new job soon. I'll tell you what it is next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, we are noticing some major slowdowns for folks over in the Canal, Winchester, and Pickerington area. If you're taking US 33 westbound, things are looking pretty slow, 15 miles per hour for your drive time there. Even looking at our traffic maps, US 33 at Gender Road, bumper to bumper there. So make sure to take it nice and slow, especially because of the fog and wet weather we're seeing outside. I'm 10 TV's Brain Albizu with your fan traffic.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? It's all here, only with Spectrum TV Select. Popular apps are included: Disney Plus, Max, Peacock Premium, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. And live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. Enjoy across your devices no matter when or where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
I think I just wrote the song of the summer. Listen.
That's just you drinking a big gulp from Speedway.
And just 89 cents for any size with Speedy Rewards? That's a hit. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 6/24/25. See app for full terms.
When you're a AAA member, we do the hard stuff for you. So picture this. You're taking a road trip through the mountains at night, and you run out of gas. Do you, A, call AAA, or B, walk 29 miles to the nearest gas station in the pouring rain?
A?
On the plus side, get more with AAA. Go to AAA.com/plus side.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Hi, I'm Mandy. I'm one of the at-home coaches with Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Honestly, I think the thing I hear the most is I didn't realize how easy it was. At first weekly they come in, they're like, oh my gosh, I already noticed that I'm not as bloated in my face or in my abdomen, or I've been sleeping better. I've been waking up with so much more energy. I don't need my coffee throughout the day. They're coming in a month or two later and they're like, hey, like my doctor said I need to lower my meds. I'm losing a ton of inches on my waist. I'm buying new pant sizes. And we're looking at the scale and we're like, yeah, your visceral fat's down again. That's fantastic. And we're celebrating all of these wins. And then we talk about, okay, next step. Let's talk about how to maintain it. This isn't over. This is just the next stage. That's what your health coach is there for.
Thanks, Mandy. This is Scotty Vegas. Easy weight loss with results that actually last. With Awaken 180 Weight Loss, you will succeed and you'll enjoy the process. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Don't sweat it. Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your air conditioner fast. 1-800-COOLING.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Receive a 100% match when you deposit up to $400. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
It's time to make your yard the best on the block with Memorial Day savings at the Home Depot. Start by keeping the weeds at bay with Earthgrow mulch, now 4 for $10. Then keep your garden thriving with Miracle-Gro garden soil, now on special buy, 4 for $10. Give your neighbors yard envy all summer long with Memorial Day savings going on now at the Home Depot.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Why would we trade our best player?
Well, at least you got to watch him in person when he was here.
I named my only son after him.
So you'll always remember his name.
Yeah, but what do I do with this jersey?
Luckily, the company has a great return policy.
I wore it for 6 seasons.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The Fan Poll is brought to you by Caster Connection. Visit CasterConnection.com to shop online or to work with our Caster Solution specialists.
Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut. Minus the protein. And it's more than one donut. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Sports fans in Ohio, you got a chance to turn your passion into real serious action. Prime Sports Ohio, what? Them too. Prime Sportsbook Ohio. They're bringing you a massive welcome deposit match offer. It's up to $400. Prime Sportsbook will match that, your first deposit up to $400. And those bonus bets that they're giving you, they will last for up to a year. So not a few months like some of the other sites, a year of bonus bets. You can put the money in now and then have it ready for football season, whatever you want to do. But you got to go log on and get that deal now. It's for first-time users only. Go download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit primesportsbook.com to get started betting with Prime Sportsbook Ohio. Additional terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and older and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Play responsibly. Tyvis, you excited to go out to the Memorial tomorrow? I'm looking forward to it.
Well, yeah, I do want to shake, though. I've never had one of these milkshakes.
Oh, the milkshakes.
Yes.
I have heard very good things. I've never had one either.
What?
What do you mean, what? I've never had one.
That's actually surprising.
They've never, well, one,
you got to know somebody.
You got to know somebody. And two, I don't know anybody out there. I mean, I didn't work, like Beamer used to work out there, right? Like he worked at Memorial. He was a caddy and like knows people. Timmy goes out there all the time for press events, things like that. Rothman has been a fixture there for 30 years or more, covering sports in this town and TV stuff. He plays the media game whenever they do that. The media round, I should say.
What about Bo and Reeser?
You know, I don't know. Maybe they've gotten one too. I've never had one. So that is this week. That's the goal.
Everybody talks about them like they're just the greatest thing in the world. And
well, I'm sure they're fantastic.
I know it's going to be 6 to 9 in the morning, but
all the food I've had out there has always been great. They treat the media people well, but even just like the general concessions food that I've had out there, awesome. They do a great job.
They give you the little bundt cake. Give you the little bundt cake.
They've got all kinds of stuff there. At the media center, you know what they had? I think it was 2 years ago was when they had this for the first time that I saw it anyway. They always have a Frosty machine down in the media center so you can get a Frosty.
Yeah.
Which I love. That's Wendy's Frosty. Good. But this was when they brought out the orange creamsicle version of the Frosty. For one summer, they did that. And so I'm sitting there, and they said, here's one of the... Oh, no, you know what? I take it back. It wasn't orange. It was the strawberry. That was the first time they had the strawberry...
creamsicle.
The strawberry Frosty.
Okay.
And it had been in the news that, like, this will be coming to Wendy's soon. At the Memorial, they had them. And that was the first time I had one, and I was in heaven.
It was delicious. Huh?
Yes.
I don't think I ever had the strawberry Frosty.
And Dom Taberi and I were sitting there eating Frosties and talking about life. Changed my worldview. It was great. We had a good time. And then Adam Keegan came and ruined it. He just sat down and was like, what are you guys doing, eating Frosties? And Dom's like, I got to go. And he just left. I was like, King. Why'd you do that?
He knows somebody. He's had
I know. That's the thing.
Milkshakes.
Adam King is the type of guy that if he doesn't know somebody, he will get to know somebody specifically to get that shake if he wants it. And you know what? We're going to try to make it happen for you. If we say Tyvis Powell hasn't had one of these,
they're going to be like, who is that?
No, they're going to say, well, we got to get this former Buckeye, this champion. We got to get him something. They say T-Bone hasn't had a shake. They'll look at me and go, yeah, right. You've had a lot of shakes, my friend. I'm surprised you're not anti-milkshake. You're anti-bread. Isn't a milkshake way more calories than bread?
Everybody needs a nice taste of heaven every now and again.
That's what we call bread.
No.
Bread is great.
See, that's meaningless.
No, it's not.
It's meaningless.
I can't. Do you like a sandwich at all?
I do.
How do you like a sandwich if you don't like bread?
Lettuce wrapped.
That's not that's a lettuce wrap. You just said what it is. It's not a sandwich.
The unwich.
An unwich. There you go. Even Jimmy John's won't call it a sandwich because they know better. They'll get excoriated for that. All right, the Falcons, they are at OTAs right now. No Kirk Cousins there, which is not totally surprising. Raheem Morris said he didn't see Cousins around the facility. He's been around a little bit this spring. Their offensive coordinator, Zach Robinson, said Cousins had been with the team a handful of days last week. Anyway, there's, a lot of drama there because clearly they have Michael Penix Jr. He is the future.
Yep.
Kirk Cousins costs a lot of money, but he is the past. And I saw a report that said the Steelers, their option may be if Aaron Rodgers just never decides to show up and never decides to ultimately play there, go get Kirk Cousins.
I'm just why does everybody think Kirk Cousins is the answer? It's kind of like how I feel about the Joe Flacco thing, where it's just like Kirk Cousins played well for like 5 games, and then he fell off a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Flacco's going to play well for about 5 games, and he's going to fall off a cliff. Yeah. So why do people think that this is just the answer for the year? Like, they're not going to play 17 good games. It's not going to happen.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder. I guess. The only thing I can say is that I think when you don't see the guy play,
Achilles.
I know,
and he can't move. He's a statue.
No, Kirk Cousins, I have always been someone prior to that happening even. I mean, he was very good with the Vikings, right? I mean, he had some good years there, but I always felt like he's not a guy who's going to win you a Super Bowl. So for me, he's never been, build your team around him. I never understood that when the Falcons did it in the first place. And then obviously they didn't understand it after it happened too. They said this doesn't work out after all. And they moved on to Michael Penix Jr. But I could see a team like the Steelers who they should have, once again, an elite defense. Their offense is going to be questionable anyway, depending on who plays quarterback. But if you end up getting someone like Kirk Cousins, I'm sure the thinking is, well, we could theoretically go get in the playoffs, and he's got experience there. The reality is the expense of him. I mean, what does he do this year? Like $40-50 million?
It's something like that.
And I don't know how much of that the Falcons would be willing to eat and all that. They'd have to work out a deal.
A lot because ain't nobody.
You're not trading for that.
Yeah.
Right. So if you want to get anything back.
I think they said they want like a third round for him or something like that.
Not at that price.
Not gonna happen.
So the Steelers, their current plan is beg Aaron Rodgers to come in, and who knows how good he'll be. And if he flakes out on you, then maybe go get Kirk Cousins, but you have to give something up to get him. Awesome. Sounds like a plan. Good luck with all that. I'm sure Pittsburgh will find a way to, again, turn it into a winning season. But is that what Steelers fans are signing up for? Is, yay, we won 9 games again. We squeaked into the playoffs, and then we lose in the first round, and that's the end of that.
You don't trust Mason Rudolph?
No. I don't trust him.
Where's F-bomb Jen when you need her?
She's cussing us out right now on her drive in.
Feels about Mason Rudolph.
I hope I'm going to see F-bomb Jen out at the Memorial this week.
Hopefully, she usually's out there.
And what has she done the last 2 years? Fall down. She had two incidents in 2 years where she fell down. So
yeah, she did.
I don't want that to happen to Jen. I'm not rooting for it. Unlike some here, I would never root for that to happen to Jen.
Have you seen it when it happened?
Neither time, I don't believe.
Do you think she's a slow faller? You know,
I don't know. I do know what you mean. It takes time. I'm a slow faller. I am someone who I take a while to fall. I will lean on a wall, but I'll still keep going. I'm not going to stop, but I am going to lean. I'm going to try to protect myself. What about you? When you trip and fall, are you just like instant just face plant, or do you catch yourself? You're a former athlete.
I'm an athlete, so it's been a while. The last time I fell was when I did them drills a couple of years ago, and that ladder.
That's right.
That ladder ate me up. I fell straight on my face. It was not slow at all. I hit that ground fast.
Yeah, you didn't think it was going to happen to you. But then just when you think it can't strike, the turf monster gets you.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
You hate to see it.
Mm-hmm. The congressman is getting involved in college football playoffs. Just what we need. That's perfect. That'll fix everything. Details next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, good morning for our folks over in Powell and Worthington. If you're stepping out for your commute on this Wednesday, things are looking a little dicey because of some foggy conditions we're noticing and some wet roads out there. Your drive times, though, are looking pretty good. 23 northbound, though, is looking a little bit slower than usual this morning. As for your drive time southbound, 71 South, Frank Road to 270 will take you 2 minutes. Not too bad there. 270 South, Broad Street to 70 will only take you 6. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan traffic is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place. Leslie, what's that hot lamp against your window for?
Pella windows are tested up to 160 degrees Wilson to ensure efficiency and the lowest energy bills possible, even in the craziest of temperatures. Put your hand on there.
All right. God, that's hot.
On the window, Wilson.
Oh, hey, that is quite nice and cool. So I'm going to go grab some ice now.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rated #1 for innovation at PellaColumbus.com.
Huntington is banking that just clicks. Like early pay. Moving up payday so you could get your money faster. Up to 2 days faster. And there's no cost. It's your money, right? So stop playing the waiting game. It's just one more way we're looking out for people every day. Is your bank looking out for you? Maybe it's time to switch. Visit your neighborhood Huntington branch or make the switch at huntington.com/yourmoney. Direct deposit and eligibility requirements apply.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Spring weather has arrived, and we all know what that brings. Warmer weather and severe storms. Well, when bad weather hits, we all know it can cause leaky roofs or even damage to your siding and gutters. The Roofing Guys are your local experts in roofing, siding, and gutters and more, providing top quality through every roof, every time. So it's just a small repair, full replacement, or even peace of mind. You need to contact my guys, the Roofing Guys, 614-626-7000, or visit them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of saving a good deal more when you shop with M-Perks at Meijer. Some delicious blueberries, money saved. A creamy treat of cookie dough ice cream, that's money saved. Savings, savings, savings. Because every dollar spent is also 10 points earned in M-Perks, which you can use to save on your next grocery trip or up to $1 off per gallon on your next tank of gas. At Meijer, we work hard to help you save a good deal more for a whole lot less. That's bringing more good to life. Exclusions apply. See mperks.com for details.
Hey, it's Bobby Carper. Everybody today in America is trying to get healthy. I'm doing it. You're doing it. There's people out there everywhere. And most people, they don't feel good. And so when you don't feel good, what do? You go to the doctor. There's pills, there's steroids, there's surgery. You don't want to deal with any of that. You don't want to be put on the shelf. You don't want to put things in your body that you do not enjoy. So here's what you need to do. Go see my friends at QC Kinetics, just like I did. My body was beaten up, so was my dad's. We went to QC Kinetics. They're not into the quick fixes. They're going to go there and they're going to diagnose you and find regenerative treatments with your own body's healing power to help heal that damaged tissue. And so you're going to feel better. You're going to be able to do the things you'll love again, and that's perfect because it's summertime. So listen, they're going to go right to the source of it at the cellular level. So give them a call at 380-208-4544 or go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. They have offices all over Ohio. So go check them out today.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. A lot of dealerships not stocking much inventory right now because of reasons. But at Jermaine Lexus, they have new inventory arriving every day. Get what you want when you want it. Lease the all-new NX350 for as low as $389 per month. How about rates as low as 3.99% up to 48 months and 4.49% up to 60 months on their most popular models. Jermaine Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton. Check them out online, JermaineLexus.com.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Buddy Wells. Brady Singer allowed 2 runs in 7 innings against his former team. Ellie De La Cruz hit a couple of mammoth home runs, and the Reds beat the Royals at Kauffman Stadium last night 7-2. The Redlegs go for the 3-game sweep in Kansas City tonight at 7:40. At Progressive Field, Shohei Ohtani hit his league-leading 20th home run of the season. Michael Conforto and Max Muncy also went deep, and the Dodgers beat the Guardians 9-5. Cleveland looks to avoid being swept today at 110. Stanley Cup playoffs. After dropping Game 1 of the series, Edmonton wins their 3rd straight last night, beating Dallas 4-1, as the Oilers are now 1 win away from heading back to the Stanley Cup final. And in the NBA playoffs, behind Tyrese Halliburton's big night, the Pacers beat the Knicks 130-121, as Indiana takes a 3-1 series lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. This one is brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. It's great to have goals. It's even better to have experts to help you attain those goals. Experts in weight loss, Awaken180weightloss.com.
All of the hair on their heads is slowly migrating to the lower part of their faces and cracking. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. Saw this tweet come in from, lost it. Where'd it go? AC said, Tyvis doesn't appreciate bread because he's never had good bread. Get that man something real. Have him eat a breakfast sandwich from Fox in the Snow. That's a spot right there.
I've never had Fox in the Snow.
Oh, it's. But Bodie, you been to Fox in the Snow, Bodie?
I have. Yep. Fantastic.
And? Oh, it's. See,
well,
Bodie knows what's going on.
There's nothing bad on the menu.
Oh,
the only bread that's been given to me that's really good is the one that Common Man gave me. What is it?
Was that Vincenzo's?
Yeah.
Up there? Oh, it's excellent.
That bread was good.
Of course.
I went home, put it in the
great
oven.
Great bread out there.
But like that's not going to help me get to 225.
That's fine.
I'm at 251 right now. I'm trying to get to 225.
We have to speak honestly here. Okay, we're going to work together for a long time.
Why can't?
If you said bread is delicious, it's tasty, it has a lot of things that people enjoy about it, and I understand why people like it. However, I have these fitness goals, and I don't want to eat. It feels like you're saying this just to tell yourself it's not even worth having. Like when you say, pizza's overrated, you know it. No, it's not. There's no way it's overrated.
Listen, what I'm saying is, one, I am on a fitness journey myself. I'm trying to lose 25 pounds. But what I'm also saying is, you can enjoy deli meats without bread. If you just wrap it in lettuce, it's fine. It actually tastes pretty darn good.
You can enjoy a hard-boiled egg, or you can enjoy an egg mixed into a whole bunch of other stuff, and it turns into a chocolate chip cookie. I mean, I'm just saying, you can use ingredients different ways. That's all. Yes, you're right. You can have plain old lunch meat, or you can go put it in a sandwich with some oil and vinegar and lettuce and tomato and whatever else you want. Delicious. It's great. What's wrong with both? That's all. All right. I'm just trying to help.
Yeah, well.
Trying to help you get like me.
That's what I'm saying.
Sturdy.
You tried to send me in the wrong direction.
By the way, I don't know what this all-in-one is tweeting and saying, ask Tyvis about that pizza he was eating. No bread, please. He said you were on the Cleveland show talking about pizza yesterday. Is this true?
Yeah, I had, when we was down in, when I was down in Miami, they had these Brooklyn-style pizzas, and I was asking Bull, what is a Brooklyn-style pizza? And it was kind of like, Sbarro?
Yeah. It's a New York slice. It's a big slice.
But no, this was like double the size of that.
Yeah,
and
that's
I was
New York style pizza.
Yeah, well, I was shocked, but the pizza was actually pretty good. I only ate one slice, half of one slice.
Someday in your life, go to the Jersey Shore, one of those beach towns out there in Jersey on the Atlantic. They have the boardwalks. Every fifth opening on the boardwalk, there is a pizza place. I don't even know the brand name. I don't remember. But they're everywhere, and they serve those pizza slices where they give you like 3 plates to hold it because it's so big.
It's ridiculous.
That is the ultimate pizza right there.
You sat there
for
and
me.
took the whole thing down.
Oh, easy. I went back for seconds. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
But they do a thing out there called a tomato pie. Little to no cheese. It's mostly tomato and bread. Delicious. It'll change your world. It's great.
Yeah, no, I'm good. If I'm gonna
get you into it,
if I'm gonna do pizza, I'm gonna stick to the what they call a Central Ohio style.
Oh, that's great too. I love the square cut tavern.
Squares.
Crispy thin crust. Yes. You know I love that. All right. So someone's trying to get involved in this debate over what we should do with the college football playoffs. Number one, the option of just leave it alone is not on the table, apparently, because we're changing it this year already with the straight seeding, which is good.
Yes.
That's where it's just.
That's correct.
Whoever the top 4 seeds are, whoever the top 4 teams are in college football, they're going to be your top 4 seeds. That makes a lot of sense. But now you have the Big Ten, the SEC saying in theory, the Big Ten is all about this. The SEC seems to be kind of wavering on it. But the idea is 4 automatic qualifiers for the SEC, 4 automatic qualifiers for the Big Ten. Then you would have the other spots, 2 for the Big 12, I think 2 for the ACC. So that takes up 12 spots right there. The final 4 spots, I think there would be 1 for the group of 5 automatic qualifier, and then 3, just anybody can get in there. So there's a Notre Dame spot that will be ready for Bodie's team. They're good. And then after that, you have basically 2 other at-large bids.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of college football fans have a problem with this, rightfully so, because why should the Big Ten or SEC get preferential treatment on that? Anyway, now you have a congressman from Pennsylvania coming out and saying he's threatening some kind of committee hearing on this. Pennsylvania Representative Brendan Boyle says, let me state this as clearly as I can. If the Big Ten and SEC should be very, very careful about some of the decisions they're about to make because they appear hell-bent on ruining major college football. I think they need congressional hearings into their collusion. So that sounds fun. That's the next thing we want is just a bunch of hearings. I'm sure this won't come to fruition. I'm sure he's probably like a Pitt fan or something is my guess. Given he's in Pennsylvania, ACC wouldn't get the seat at the table the way they should.
This is what I don't understand. Like, I understand other conferences come out, the ACC, the Big 12, they'll come out and they'll say whatever about the Big 10 and SEC, about it can ruin college football and the game as we know and love. If the Big 10 and SEC decided to say, you know what, we're going to merge and we're going to do our own thing and we don't even need the other conference, it'd be a very great product on TV. And those other conferences will lose a lot of that status. Like people wouldn't really pay attention. They would watch the Big Ten and SEC go at it all the time. So I don't understand why they come out now and they act like they just the big dogs or something. Like, oh, we just as good as them. No, you're not.
Well, and you know what?
You're not.
You're exactly right. And there's a whole bunch of, I think we're misremembering how things went because this all started, all this realignment stuff is kind of, I think, part of the issue. The Big 12 and the ACC who are now saying, don't forget about the little guys. Hey, hold on. Every conference is important just because we don't have as many teams, yada, yada, yada. Oh, you got to give us. Those conferences had no problem picking apart the rest of the Pac-12 and killing that conference off when Pac-12 fans were like, wait, hold on. We don't.
They got like, what they got, Bodie? They got like 5 or 6 teams in the Pac-12 right now, right?
No, do they?
I mean, the Big Ten killed the Pac-12 and USC and UCLA.
No, correction. USC and UCLA killed the Pac-12.
No, but Bodie, what I'm saying is, yeah, the Big Ten, obviously, when those 4 schools said, we're ready to leave, we'll do it, Big Ten said, sure, come on over. But what I'm saying is the ACC and the Big 12 to sit there and say, how dare college football move in such a direction? You moved in those directions. You did it.
I don't think they had a choice.
That's exactly right. And that's it. Is college football is at a place now where these schools are looking at saying, we're paying the athletes a lot more money than we ever have. The TV revenue is higher than it's ever been. If you're not proactive, you end up being the Pac-12. So as much as I don't agree with the Big Ten and SEC getting 4 equal bids, each of them, they're looking at this going, we can make a crap ton of revenue off of all these extra games we'll play for the play-in. Right? The SEC and the Big Ten is like gung-ho on this, and they have said the reason they want it is because they want to have 1 versus 2 in the championship game, and then 3 versus 6 and 4 versus 5. This is extra revenue they can generate out of nowhere, and then whoever wins those games gets to go on to the playoff. The second-place team in the Big Ten would also get into the playoff automatically. They're not going to do that unless they get these 4 auto bids. So this is a money play. It always has been. It's not about the sanctity of the game. All this conversation about we're killing the game or we're going to do this or that. It's the money. It's always been that. And I'm with everyone who says you should have competitive balance, and it should be that if a conference gets 4 teams in, fine. But the ACC and the Big 12 say, well, wait, what about us? Make a move. Do something. Hey, ACC, why don't you sweet talk Notre Dame into actually joining your conference for once? That might help out. You can't pull the trigger on that. You can't get that deal done. So that's the Big Ten and the SEC are saying, we've made moves. We now have a different conference structure than you do. We think we can do better than this. And whether that's right or wrong, they've assumed the power reigns in college football. They've taken over.
Bodie, let me ask you about Notre Dame. Would you be more of a fan of them joining the Big Ten or the ACC?
Neither.
Bodie.
If you had
to pick one or the other, you've got to.
Yeah, I'll die on the neither hill still.
What? But you want
to go to the SEC?
Why do Notre Dame fans love this independence? Because it seems like it doesn't work out for you very well.
I think it's worked out pretty well for the last 150 years.
What I'm saying is, everything's going towards the conference structure. If they do this 4-team playoff thing, Notre Dame fans are some of the most vocal ones who are like, I can't stand this. How dare they? Well, the answer is very simple. Join up with a conference, and you got 4 auto bids. You're pretty much going to get in every year.
I just don't like that college football has become NFL light. I don't think that's good for the sport. And for Notre Dame, as a Notre Dame fan, God forbid I like tradition. I like playing USC every year. It's not our fault that they're willing to kind of bail on that series. Some of these, USC being in the Big Ten is the biggest load of crap ever. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Stanford and California just played a game in the second round of the Atlantic Coast Conference. Mm-hmm. Let me say that again. Stanford and California played a game in the men's basketball tournament this past spring in the Atlantic. It's stupid. It's so ridiculously stupid.
It is.
I like the tradition of what college football, I think that's what makes college football what it is.
And I do too.
That's what I like about Notre Dame being independent. I would think it would be terrible. Ohio State could go make more money in the SEC, probably, couldn't they? If they just said, hey, we're out.
It would be
done for the last 100-plus years.
It would be the death of the Big Ten.
100%.
No,
yes, it would.
You're right. You're right. Notre Dame fans are self-centered, but you guys are right, baby. Big Ten would die as soon as the Buckeyes left.
It would.
Of course, because the world centers around you guys in Ohio State football.
Listen, the numbers don't lie.
Again, where
That's
did
all
you
we
get
can
your
say.
education
I don't
from?
care.
I need to have it on record. Where did you get your degree from?
It's all right. It's fine. He doesn't have to say. Everybody knows. Everybody can hear the chimes are playing. Everybody knows. It's fine. All I know is this. Ultimately, college football, whether we like it or not, it feels like the Big 12, ACC, some of the Notre Dame stuff, it feels like those are carriage makers going, what are we going to do if all these cars, I like horses. And it's like, yeah, horses have their benefits, but the car is coming. This is, whether we think it's good, bad, or otherwise, it's happening. So you can wring your hands about it, or you can try to make a move to be a part of it. And I feel like some of these schools are getting left behind. because they're not doing that. They weren't proactive. All right, we went way late on that. Fish is going to come down and wring my neck. So we'll take a break. A hockey announcer is going to probably go viral over this. I saw this audio. Bodie brought it to my attention. I don't know how this hasn't gotten more attention yet. We'll play it for you next. A very bad scene, a reason you don't want to go viral, coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Heading on down to the Canal Winchester and Pickerington area, we are noticing a crash over there, US 33 westbound. Expect some lane closures just beyond State Route 674, Gender Road right there, again because of a crash. Noticing some slowdowns, but nothing too concerning. The road is open as of now. I'm 10 TV's Breen Albizu with your fan traffic.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Billy.
Hi, I'm Billy Hatcher, a former professional baseball player, and I'm a patient at Tri-State Men's Health. Before I started the treatment, it was like my body was sore all the time, and I was feeling very, very sluggish. One day, I would be full of energy, and the next day was like, where did all my energy go? And since I've started, my body hasn't felt this good in a long time. I feel like, I'm not 21 to 25 again. It's just been great. I feel very, very comfortable coming here. When you have the energy, it's amazing. You get to do so many other things that you couldn't do prior to that. If you're tired of hurting in the mornings, you want to improve your health, you want to feel better, give a call to Tri-State Men's Health. I promise you, you will feel better.
Thanks, Billy. It's true. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Tired of being undervalued? Join 9 Trees and get what you deserve. At 9 Trees, we don't just hire hardscapers. We build a team of skilled pros who take pride in their craft and get rewarded for it. Top pay that beats what you're making now, we guarantee it. Performance bonuses, modern equipment and the tools you need, medical benefits, and retirement accounts. You've got the skills, we've got the respect, and the paycheck to match. Make the move. Apply today at 9treeslc.com or call 614-921-9595.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spring is here and it's time to refresh your yard with Ohio Mulch. With 15 convenient locations in Central Ohio, it's easier than ever to get your mulch ready for the season. Need it delivered? No problem. Save $50 on home delivery when you order online. Whether it's mulch, soil, or even stone, we've got your yard covered. Visit OhioMulch.com today and spruce up your garden with the best.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply, cleaner, greener, better.
It's not a bird or a plane. It's Mega May discounts at Coughlin Ford. Take over $5,500 off MSRP on a new 24 Ford Escape. Employee price $28,000. Or take over $7,000 off MSRP on new 25 F-150s and 24 F-250s. Visit CoughlinFord.com.
Coughlin has a car for you.
All factory rebates to dealer. All prior sales excluded. In-stock units only. Must finance through Ford Motor Credit. Not all will qualify. No security deposit required. Residency restrictions may apply. See dealer for details. N6225.
We've discovered the perfect morning ritual, the 2 for $6 breakfast sandwich deal at Tim Hortons. Every sandwich is made to order with a freshly cracked egg and melty cheese, just the way breakfast should be. Choose between savory sausage or hickory smoked bacon, served on a toasted English muffin or flaky biscuit. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches, just $6. Perfect. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, single item at regular menu price. Modifications and tax extra. Exclusions and additional terms apply.
The Fan is headed to the Memorial. Are you ready for 30 hours of live coverage? Oh, it's true, baby.
Sponsored by The Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. TheWaterworks.com.
The best Memorial coverage. The Fan.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Areas of drizzle and patchy fog to kick off the morning. We'll see wake-up temperatures in the 50s, getting up to the low 70s this afternoon. Showers likely the first half of the day, more isolated in the afternoon. And then for tonight, upper 50s with a chance of showers. We warm up into the upper 70s on Thursday. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with your 10 weather impact forecast.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Talk to my friends at Window Nation. The summer heat, I know it doesn't feel like it, but it is on the way. And as that happens, your AC is going to go up and up and up. You want to save money on your heating and cooling bills all year long. Energy-efficient windows are the way to go. My friends at Window Nation can help you out with that. They have over 96% customer satisfaction rating on their website. 45,000 plus 5-star reviews. That's because they do a 50-point inspection of their great windows before they ever leave the factory. They have installers who've worked on installing windows on average 15 years or more experience on the people who are coming to your house to put your windows in. They do it right the first time, and they give you a great product for a great price. Right now with Window Nation, you buy 4 windows, you get 4 windows free, plus for 2 years. 2 years. Don't have to worry about a down payment, interest, monthly payments. Pay nothing until 2027 and get your windows in your house. Tell them T-Bone sent you. Just call 866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION, or go to windownation.com. And again, tell them T-Bone sent you. And they'll say, who's that? And then you'll go, I don't know. And then they'll say, well, do you want windows? And they'll say, yes. And then you get the deal anyway, so it's good. This is from the AHL Calder Cup playoffs. This is the Abbotsford Canucks announcer. His name is Brandon Astle. Got to be careful with that.
Yeah, you do.
It's Astle.
Yeah,
I'm just saying his name. Brandon. I don't know how to say it any other way than, do I say Astle? I'm trying to say the T.
You better make sure you put that T in there.
You know what we're going to say? His name is Brandon Astle, just for the sake of this discussion.
The first time you said it, I was looking at you like,
it's
what?
A-S-T-L-E. I don't know how to.
Bodie hit the dump button.
Listen, it's fine. We're all good, right, Jordan?
I'm not talking about this.
That's right. It's all fine.
No,
we're done. It's fine. Brandon, whatever his last name is. He is the announcer for the Abbotsford Canucks. They were leading 2-0 over the Colorado Eagles, and they're deciding Game 5 of their conference semifinal series. Before a face-off happened, middle of the game, he had a chair thrown at him. A loud noise interrupted him, and this is a little bit of what sounded like after that happened. Here is Canucks announcer Brandon Astle announcing this weird situation.
Got some Yahoo your chap chirping at me from behind. Get out of here. What was he doing? Security. Try that again. I'm fired up. He threw my chair at me. Hit me right in the back of the leg. Like, what was he doing here? Unreal. Have another beer.
One, I love the Yahoos, like calling him a Yahoo. That is a very Canadian accent on that, and I like it. It's good. I'm a big fan of that.
I wonder what he did to make that man or woman throw this chair at him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have another beer.
I would like. Oh yeah. I love him calling for security too. Yeah, I don't know what the security is like at a minor league hockey game, but I'm guessing it's not like there's 20 guys just sitting around going, "Oh, sure, yeah, hang on, we'll be right up there." So,
I've never really been like the one that knew what it was like to have security. Mm-hmm. When I did the Big Ten, when I did the spring game, when I did the sideline, I had a security guard that walked with me everywhere.
Okay.
And I felt like I was the president.
I bet you would. I've never.
but I thought to myself, like, I can handle myself. Like, I don't need security. But he was there.
But it's nice to have.
Like everywhere I went.
Why would you want to have to do that if you don't have to?
Well, the thing is, I have no problem with talking to people.
Sure.
I think I work well with my people skills. So, like,
sure.
I could communicate and de-escalate situations.
That's good.
Things like that. So I don't think I necessarily need a security guard. But it was funny. Like, every time I turned around, he was right behind me. Like,
well, as a former player, did you ever get, I mean, I'm sure you had this where you were on a bus and they had the security.
Escort?
Isn't that great?
It is. Saves you a lot of time in traffic.
I one time had a police escort. We were, as crew fans, we went up to Toronto on a bus.
Mm-hmm.
Team supplemented that. I think it cost me like $50. I got a ticket to the game, hotel room, and a bus trip.
For $50?
Yeah, because they wanted the fans to go. This was probably, almost 20 years ago now.
Deal.
Oh, it was great. We went up to Toronto. We stayed in the Rogers Center where the Blue Jays play.
Okay.
And we stayed in those outfield rooms.
$50?
Yes. I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. This is what they did.
Okay.
So I'm on this bus trip. We get to Toronto. Game tied 1-1. But the Toronto fans were really going at the crew fans. And some of us crew fans, to be fair, were going back at them. So
were you one of them?
No, I was more focused on how my team did.
Okay.
But I didn't like that they were saying things to like other people in the group. There were women and children in this group.
Have you ever gotten into it with somebody at a sporting event?
Well, this is what so this is what happened. Their security at the arena, at the stadium said, do not leave yet. We're going to hold you guys. We're going to clear out the stadium. Once all their fans leave, then we'll take you to your buses.
Okay.
So, all right. So we waited there for like 20 minutes. We walked down. Their fans are waiting outside the gate for us. And I'm like,
I said some choice words.
Well, but it was this whole Toronto's fans were stupid, especially back then. They really just were like, it's like we're a European team. We're gonna have this, like European fight, like you see in movies or you hear about in old school European soccer. It's like they don't do that anymore. I mean, they hopefully don't do that anymore. But these guys wanted to fight for no reason other than you're the rival that's coming up here. You invaded our stadium. We have to fight you. And so we literally get out of the stadium and they're waiting on us. And Tyvis, I'm not kidding. One of their guys grabbed a scarf off of one of our guys' neck because the soccer scarves are a big deal.
Yep.
And that is like that's game on. So it then went full on brawl.
Really?
In a parking lot. I was trying to do my best to help people get to the bus and not get accosted.
See, this the thing. And I realized this about myself. When people are fighting, it's best for me to just let it go on.
Well, the thing was there were 100 people fighting.
Well, it's best for me to just let it go on because if I try to go in and break it up and I get hit, it's going to turn into 2-on-1 real quick. So it's best for me to just let them do their thing and then, separate it when it's done.
I literally saw, I'm not kidding you, because then the police were around and they realized it was the Toronto fans that were mostly instigating this. I will never forget. One guy got thrown into the door of a car. This guy was like my size, like a big guy, but probably like taller. He was probably like 6'2", but still same proportions, like a big fat guy. Threw him into a car.
Put a dent
He hit the side of the door, dented it. A police officer jumped down, maced him or pepper sprayed him, and then hogtied him, like with the zip ties. So he's got all that in his face. He's screaming. This is one of the Toronto fans that was like being a jerk to all the crew fans. Again, the old days of MLS, you have no idea. It used to be the Wild West going to these games. Now it's all controlled. They don't let stuff like that happen. It's very safe. And thank goodness they do. But we got on that bus and we did like head counts to make sure everyone was in there. None of our people got arrested. All their people were getting arrested. Once we figured out that both buses had all the people on it we were accounted for, we cracked beers. Everyone's like cheering and high-fiving and like we survived.
I say USA.
And then they gave us a police escort straight through downtown to go out to the Rogers Center. And that's where we were on like cloud 9, 10, 11.
Okay,
we were all the way
up. The most important part of this story, did the crew win the game?
No, they tied 1-1. But on the 3-game aggregate that season, they had won they didn't lose. They won 2 of them and tied 1. So they got to keep the rivalry trophy.
Okay.
Which we then drank beer out of afterward. The Trillium Cup. No one cares.
Not lemonade, huh?
Oh, no. Frankie Haydick was pouring it. One of their players was pouring it into the cup and then handing it to fans, and we were drinking. It was fantastic.
I'm happy for you.
What a we don't need the fighting, is what I'm saying. Don't get to a point where you have to fight at a sporting event, even if it is the team announcer, apparently. Will we ever see an undefeated team in college football again? We'll discuss it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and welcome to your Wednesday. Still noticing some major backups happening right now just outside of Grove City. 71 northbound ramp towards 270 east is still closed, has been going on for about 4 hours and will continue to be as crews clean up the situation there. A semi-truck was involved with a loaded truck. They are cleaning up the area still, but again, some major slowdowns. A good detour for you if you are headed in this area. Take 71 northbound to State Road 104, hop on down south to High Street, and then back on to 270 eastbound. Should save you a little bit of time. I'm 10 TV's Brian Albizu with your fan traffic.
This Memorial Day, turn up the heat with the Home Depot. Find the perfect grill and patio set to keep the cookouts coming all season long. Grill up a feast with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill, only $229. And complete your space with the stylish Glen Ridge Falls 7-piece dining set, now on special buy for just $499 with free delivery. Take your Memorial Day cookout to the next level all summer long with the Home Depot. See homedepot.com/delivery for more details.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Guys, don't waste your time and money with low-quality online TRT that charges you over $100 just to start. Visit our TRT experts at Low T Center today for a free consultation and free test. Treatment is personalized to your body, and most major insurance is accepted. With the freedom to choose if you want in-center care or at-home treatment, you're in control of your health. Looking to lose weight? Get a free B12 shot when you start prescription treatment. Offer is limited, so book now at fixmylowt.com. fixmylowt.com.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
One of these guys still believes he can play in the NFL. It's T-Bone. He says it's because of his low center of gravity. He's dumb. This is Bone and Tyvis.
I mean, I do have a low center of gravity, not going to lie. You can tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. I told you, Tyvis, you said you had security. You're not about to start a fight or anything, but come to a soccer game. I just saw San Diego and Los Angeles. They were playing. They had a fight in the stands there. It was embarrassing for San Diego because, the stadium was basically empty except for the people fighting. That's not good.
I've seen 2 fights at a game in my life. When I was a kid, I was at the Browns versus, it's always Oakland too. I was at the Browns and Oakland game. It was the game that Janikowski kicked a 64-yard field goal before halftime to hit it. And he nailed it. That was one. But when I was playing in San Francisco, we played Oakland, and they got into it in the stands. And the dude hit the dude, and he fell down the bleachers. I could not stop laughing at it. Wow, he just got embarrassed like this in front of everybody. Oakland fans, it's always Oakland fans. I don't know why they're so rowdy.
Well, they have fewer opportunities, I guess, now to do that, given half the teams have moved away. But no, I don't like fighting. I don't look for a fight, and I definitely think fighting over a sporting event is the dumbest thing you can do. Like this guy who threw a chair at a hockey announcer. Could you imagine? Bodie brought this up yesterday in our group chat, and it's spot on. Can you imagine if they did that to Paul Keels and Jim Lachey? I'll tell you right now, you're leaving in traction if you tried that with Paul Keels and Jim Lachey. I mean, they're not the youngest guys in the world, but they would not.
Jim gonna get you first.
Oh, Jim
gonna get you first.
And he gets those mitts on you. It's
a wrap. Yeah.
I mean, he's the nicest gentleman I've ever met. He seems like one of the sweetest people in the world, but he obviously played in the NFL. That switch is there. You have that. The switch is there.
Yeah, that guy's gone. I tell everybody that guy's
okay.
He's not there.
No, but he wouldn't be if someone came in right now and pushed me, you'd jump right in front. Hey, T-Bone's my guy. You step in for me.
Nah, he'd be unconscious.
That's what I'm talking
He'd be
about.
unconscious.
That's what I'm saying.
2 hits is all it takes. Pink, pink.
Oh, yeah, get that 2-piece combo.
Bang,
right?
bang. He out of there.
That's good. If you know what, if someone came in towards you and you couldn't get to them, I would do my best to fall. I would fall on them. That's my move. I'm heavy, and I would weigh them. I would try to break their leg by falling on them. That's what I have.
They wouldn't do that. Nobody. I don't think
so. You don't seem like you have a lot of enemies.
I don't think I really have any. If they have a problem with me, then it's them.
I'll tell you what.
I haven't done anything to anybody.
I mean, we were talking a little Notre Dame earlier. I had no idea. I didn't mean to throw Bodie into the fire, but like
they was tearing him up in the chat.
The people came for Notre Dame, which I understand. Notre Dame gets Bodie, you're used to that though. You're a Notre Dame fan. You've lived that life. You've understood.
Yeah, I would suggest people just get new material at least. I mean, the conference thing, I've gotten that. The no major bowl wins in 30 years was fun until we won 2 in 7 days.
There you go.
5 months ago.
There you go.
We suck,
right.
but Ohio State beat us in the national championship, so I don't even know if that game was worth celebrating for Buckeye fans because Notre Dame sucks so much. I never understand that. Every time Marcus Freeman breathes, you got people bitching about what he's got to say. That's always fun, too.
See?
Go Bucks.
But you know what, though? That's the passion that you love about college football, and you don't want that to go away. With all these changes they're trying to make. You don't want it to become the NFL. I don't think you want to see it become something where you have coaches who look at it, not that Ryan Day did, not that Ohio State did, but I think there will be people who look at what happened with Ohio State this year. The logic you heard from a lot of Buckeye fans at the time was, well, it doesn't matter as long as we win the national championship. And when that happened after the Michigan game, I said, good luck with all that. I don't know how you could think this team could run that gauntlet. And I'm glad I was wrong. I was proven wrong by this team. But I guarantee you there will be coaches who go on their coaches' shows and who go on their social media or talk to whoever in the media when they lose their second or third game who will say, hey, all we have to do is make the playoffs and we're right back in this thing.
That's a fact.
It isn't for most teams in college football, and you know that. Most teams in college football are not Ohio State last year that had 20 returning starters.
Yeah, their roster was stacked.
That's what I'm saying.
It's really still to this, although they won it all, it still blows my mind that the performances we seen in those last 4 games, why couldn't we get that for the first 12?
Oh, I know. I know.
That makes no sense. The same
But you know
players.
what? I'm glad it got to this point. I'm glad we got to the point where they obviously got a job done. I wish it would have been with a Michigan win, but still, I'll take the national championship any way you can get it. I saw this from Steve Sarkisian. I think it kind of feeds into this discussion because he said he doesn't think there will ever be an undefeated champion again. Obviously, Ohio State wasn't. They won with a 14-2 record. He said, now more than ever, the length of the season. Last year, we played 16 games. That was just to get to the semifinals. We would have been 17 to win a championship. So the idea we've all got to wrap our brain around, I don't know if we'll ever see an undefeated champion again. If we do, that's a really good team because it's just so difficult. Yeah, I'm saying I think there will be more coaches who will kind of look at that and go, and that's why it's not a big, like, not that they don't want to win, but there will be coaches who will fall back on, yeah, I lost 2 games. What are you complaining about? As long as I get us to the playoff, we've got a shot.
Yeah, you just can't lose 3. That's like the new thing. You lose 3. Well, when they go to 16, maybe.
If you're the SEC, it's why can't we lose 5? Our conference is so tough. We should be able to.
And they need to cut that out. Like,
I know.
They need to go fly a kite with that logic. That don't make sense.
I like how you edited to go fly a kite because I'm with you because I want to say go F. Right. I know. You do what you got to do. I get it.
Yeah, so losing 3 games. Well, when they go to 16, you probably still will get in. So maybe it'll turn into 4 games. What?
That's what no, you're right. And that's what I'm saying is that the beauty of college sports, like Bodie, that passion that he had, that's necessary, and it has been a defense mechanism for a lot of fan bases for a lot of years because you have to defend your team when it was only 2 getting in. There were so many arguments to be made. Well, my team should get in because they're actually better than you think. Yes, they lost this 1 game, but they're good, right? When it went to 4, still had those arguments. Now, am I going to have to hear from impassioned, like, I don't know, K-State fans screaming about how their 4-loss team is actually not that bad? Like, I don't
That's
think
what I'm talking about.
When we get to 16 teams, what are we even arguing about at that point? Every time Notre Dame has a 1 or 2 loss season, they will be in. Every time the Buckeyes have a 1 or 2 loss season, no question they're going to be in. Texas, Bama. Like how many? I mean, there's at least 7 or 8 teams right off the bat I can think of. They lose 2 or fewer games, automatically in. Doesn't matter the system. Doesn't matter if it's 4 automatics or 11 at large. They're going to be in. So those teams are going to be the ones 9 times out of 10 they're going to win these championships. We're going to be arguing at some point about how, Wake Forest had a year and they only lost 3 games. Great. They're going to get smoked when they get to the playoffs. I don't even know their roster. They'll get smoked when they get there.
It was like Miami last year. Miami with Cam Ward. I think they lost 2 games on the season.
That sounds right.
And they didn't get in.
Yeah.
Do you think if they would have got in, that they would have did anything of significance?
No. I think they might have won a game. They might have been a little better than, say, like an SMU or something. But what
you think they would have done?
SMU was in the same conference and got in. They got in over them.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like Ole Miss or Bama, quite honestly, probably would have done much else given who they lost to and given the games they had. But then again, I'm sure a lot of them, because again, Bama had 3 losses, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of those was to a 6-6 Oklahoma team, and rightfully so. We hold that over their head. Ohio State had 2 losses, one of which was to an undefeated team that they then avenged. The other one was a rivalry game that doesn't make any sense that they lost, but it wasn't a team that was any better than Oklahoma.
I'm going to be honest. This is a hot take, my hot take of the day. I don't think the SEC is going to be as dominant as they once was moving forward.
Oh.
I think the NIL thing really broke it. Like the NIL really kind of ruined the SEC.
That's a great take, and I agree with it 100%. I think the fact that you got rid of when boosters came out in the open, the SEC suddenly became not as good. Wonder why?
Didn't they had 3 teams in the CFP?
Yeah, I think you're right. At
Georgia, they had Georgia, Tennessee, and Texas.
Oh, you mean last year?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah, that's right.
And one of them made it past the first round?
Mm-hmm. I think that's right. Then Ohio State took care of that one, and that was it.
Oh, no, Georgia played Notre Dame in the second round, but that was the first game, I think.
Yeah, I think they had the bye.
Yeah, and they got smoked by Notre Dame. So, like I said, I don't think the SEC, they don't come off as dominant as they once was, and I think NIL has a lot to do with it. You know, other schools are able to pay and, you know, get some of these recruits, and it's stretching it out.
Yeah, I think the fact that bagmen no longer need to be a thing, because you can just go pay a guy right up front. Every school gets to do that now. Suddenly the SEC has found it a little tougher to get ahead. I think that matters a lot. I think you're spot on it. We'll take a break, come back. We will do our buzzer talk. What is that? No. We'll do crosstalk and the buzzer. I combined the 2 of them. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and welcome to your Wednesday. Still noticing some major backups happening right now just outside of Grove City. 71 northbound ramp towards 270 east is still closed, has been going on for about 4 hours and will continue to be as crews clean up the situation there. A semi-truck was involved with a loaded truck. They are cleaning up the area still, but again, some major slowdowns. A good detour for you if you are headed in this area. Take 71 northbound to State Road 104. Hop on down south to High Street and then back on to 270 eastbound. Should save you a little bit of time. I'm 10 TV's Brian Albizu with your fan traffic.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Everybody today in America is trying to get healthy. I'm doing it, you're doing it. There's people out there everywhere. And most people, they don't feel good. And so when you don't feel good, what do? You go to the doctor. There's pills, there's steroids, there's surgery. You don't want to deal with any of that. You don't want to be put on the shelf. You don't want to put things in your body that you do not enjoy. So here's what you need to do. Go see my friends at QC Kinetics, just like I did. My body was beaten up, so was my dad's. We went to QC Kinetics. They're not into the quick fixes. They're going to go there and they're going to diagnose you and find regenerative treatments with your own body's healing power to help heal that damaged tissue. And so you're going to feel better. You're going to be able to do the things you'll love again, and that's perfect because it's summertime. So listen, they're going to go right to the source of it at the cellular level. So give them a call at 380-208-4544 or go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. They have offices all over Ohio. So go check them out today.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And now through May 31st, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now with Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.625%, APR 6.685% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down per $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. Zero closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
I'm an old school Joe, and my philosophy is simple and effective. At the end of the day, it's not what you win or lose, it's what you save. And Bet and Reduce Juice at Prime Sports Ohio is the way to save money on every single bet. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
Good news. Jack has personally invited the fan to the Memorial Tournament, and we're broadcasting 30 hours of live content, and we'll try not to embarrass ourselves.
Sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. In terms of the Waffle House menu, Tyvis covered and smothered his opponents. Meanwhile, T-Bone is a chunk of hash who's often covered in gravy. I'm not sure what that means either. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971. We'll be out at the Memorial tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Tomorrow and Friday, we'll be on course 6 to 9 a.m. And then I believe, will we see Bo Bishop out on the course? Bo, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, baby, I'll be there.
Can't wait.
I'm trying
Always
to think how many this has been for me. 8, probably like 16.
Yeah.
Something like that.
All
I'd
the
say.
days with 10 TV, and then now obviously plenty of years with the Fan, too.
Hey. Yeah, I would say like 16, 17 memorials through the years. I missed 2. I missed, 20 and 16. I think just 20 and 16. Wow. And that's it.
I think when I was...
Since 07.
Are they
going to let you on?
Who?
You.
To play?
I've seen your etiquette. You throw clubs.
First of all, I'm going to respect the game and not even step foot out there. But I tell you what, last year, me and Reeser, I was telling Reeser that I wanted to go out there and just run on the set and see how many security guards I could. How many security guards do you think it would take, Bo, to tackle me and stop me?
On the set or like on the course, during play?
On the course during play. How long?
I think you could run for a while.
See, I said the same thing. I would wear a 97. The fan.
Well, no. That's time to break out the Buckeye jersey.
No.
I think Howell 23.
I'm trying to bring attention to the station. I'm doing this for the station.
We're very thankful. Yeah.
I think the brand that survives better is Ohio State. If it's like, Ohio State ran out on the course, they'd say, well, hey, former Buckeye national champion.
No, Nicole or Adam's going to be out there. And they're going to interview me, and they're going to ask me, why did you do what you did?
This is what I think could happen. I think if you took off at 18 green and you ran downhill, as long as you didn't trip, because that's a steep hill there. If you ran downhill down the fairway, and then you ran out, you jump across the creek, you could run up 14 and then out 13 into the neighborhood. I don't think they could get you.
No. You would
really think you could make people miss.
And you'd get a lot of viral content from that because a lot of people would have time to get their phones out.
You wouldn't want me wearing 97.1 The Fan?
Now, you'd be fired, but you'd get a lot of attention.
Well, I'm saying we would then have to answer a lot of questions around here about, can we have you guys back next year? I don't know if this partnership's working out right. Like, the whole thing's done.
You think I'm bad?
Brother Bone, with all due respect.
Oh, yeah.
The Golden Bear, if you'd never even step foot in Dublin again.
That's
if
right.
that happens. Like the whole station, we would all be banned from Dublin.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's
gone.
That's why we can't have that. You have to wear your Ohio State stuff because then at least there's the Ohio State connection that protects.
What if I wanted to do nationwide children's hospital?
What do you mean?
I still think you better be quick. Better be fleet-footed.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I tell you what, we talked about it last year, and actually one of the security guards came up and they heard the show, and he said, we wouldn't chase you for that long because I got a taser.
Oh.
And I said, well, that's a different ball game.
No, the taser's a different thing.
Do we know what the reach is on those?
Yeah, you have to get close. I don't think it's like 50 feet.
Well,
you gotta get somewhat close.
Well, they drive. They got the carts. They be driving.
They have to go get the cart and then drive. And then it's like, do you want to drive across this pristine course? They've spent 90 hours a week trying to make to this level and then ruin it because of one guy.
And then through the spectators. I think if you just run in zigzags like through spectators, I think you're going to be in good shape.
I'm enjoying this new segment called Intrusive Thoughts with Tyvis Powell.
Yeah.
It's really good. We should do more of it.
Let's put a sponsor on it, Bone. You're set, ready to go.
We'll ask you about the farmers market next week, Tyvis.
Bo, I forgot to tell you, on my way home from Miami, my wife pulled the same thing your wife did. She messed up the booking on the flights. So we were coming home on a Sunday. It was Saturday, and she's like, "Yeah, our flights leave at 9 o'clock in the morning."
Yeah.
So obviously when it's a 24 hours, they send you the alert to check in and things like that. So she gives me the phone. She's like, it's not letting me check in. And I'm like, oh, that's odd. So I didn't think nothing of it. I was boom. 9 p.m. came, and it'll let you check in. And she said, well, we can't do that. We have to hurry up. We got to be back early tomorrow. So we had to rebook flights and just bite the bullet on the other one. So it was.
Did they get you on the rebooking, or how much? What was your?
Nah, we just. Yeah, no.
It worked out?
No, it did not work out at all.
They got you. They added a fee, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a nice fee.
My wife had us flying to Spokane, Washington on a day that we are in Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, no.
Those things are not near each other.
Just grab a car and drive over to the airport if that's okay.
The West is big. Boys. The West is very big.
Yes, indeed. Well, we look forward to seeing you out there tomorrow.
It'll be fun.
I mean, to you, the Memorial, what does that mean for the city of Columbus? I always think it's one of the premier events. It's one of the things that you mark your calendar for a year in advance and plan it every year.
I think it's the official start of summer in Central Ohio. Is what it is to me. It's like when we we can wear shorts now. I know it's a little not great the last couple of days, but to me, it's like, welcome to summer Central Ohio. It's the kind of the C&B scene. It's the first time you feel like you put on the shorts and you can never put them away. You're good to go. I just think it's awesome. It's so cool. It's here, and I love it every year. But that to me is what it is, brother. It's the official start of summer in Central Ohio.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll all get to share a milkshake together in the hopefully warming temperatures. Tomorrow's supposed to be in the 70s.
I know the ingredients. Bone, I know the ingredients.
You do.
I did the behind the scenes on how they make them. 10 years ago.
They gave you one.
Of course. I mean, come on. You think you're talking? Do you know how many times I've played that place?
Hey, listen, can you talk to somebody about getting me one?
Us is the word, Tyvis, not me.
Oh, excuse me.
We're a team.
Well, what flavor do you want?
I in team, but there is apparently in Tyvis.
What flavor do you want?
I'm a strawberry guy.
Strawberry, just plain strawberry?
Yeah.
All right, I'm writing it down. If you're watching on the stream,
there we go.
I'm writing it down. Bone, what do you want?
I'll go dealer's choice. Whatever they feel like making me.
I think the Buckeye's pretty signature.
I'll take that. Sounds great. Whatever we can get is good. If we can get one frozen for Bodie, we'll bring it back for him too. I'll get it on dry ice. Yeah, Bodie, what would you go with on a milkshake?
Oh, Buckeye for sure. Peanut butter chocolate.
Okay, well, Bo, put me down for Buckeye because they all talking about it like I'm missing
Buckeye across the board.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, deal.
Perfect. All right, tomorrow we'll find out. I love it. Efforting is great. We'll see you then. We'll listen today. Thank you,
Bo.
Bo.
Boys. Take care, guys.
There you go. It's time for the buzzer.
Shove it down down your throat.
It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin. AmishCountryFurnishings.com.
I just said that, voice guy. I saw this story pop up late last night. Sean Kemp, former NBA player, he had a little issue. I believe this was a couple years ago, where he was in a parking lot at a mall parking lot in Washington State, Tacoma to be specific. And apparently he felt threatened, pulled a gun on a group of people. Shots were fired. Okay. So he was arrested on second-degree assault charges. He pled guilty to those charges, did Sean Kemp. He's 55 years old. Pled guilty to those charges yesterday. The Toyota 4Runner, the men were inside, and another vehicle was damaged in the shooting, but the men were not hurt. He was initially charged with one count of first-degree assault with a firearm, but prosecutors added another count of assault as well as drive-by shooting charge. Eventually, this was all settled with this plea deal. Now they'll sentence him coming up, I think in August is when the sentencing is. It's expected that he may avoid jail time because of this plea deal, because he used self-defense on this in court. Here's what I know. Sean Kemp, maybe he was guilty, maybe he was self-defense. If Sean Kemp ran past me and was like, "Can you hide this gun for me?" I would say, "Absolutely, good to see you." He's my guy. I'm just telling you. So I love Sean Kemp.
You got his back on this one.
I don't know what he did, but I'm going to say those guys had it coming, whatever it was. Sean Kemp, my guy. Not the fat Sean Kemp with the calves. I'm talking the Rain Man up in the Pacific Northwest. That dude was everything
dunk on you and point at you. That guy.
Absolutely. Had posters, had the shoes. I was all in on Sean Kemp. Oh, that whole team.
Well,
Detlef Schrempf.
Maybe the Supersonics
Kendall
make a
Gill.
comeback.
Gary Payton, the glove. My God.
Glove. He gets no love.
Glove's great. He gets love from me. All right, that's it for us. Bishop and Friends is next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and welcome to your Wednesday. Still noticing some major backups happening right now just outside of Grove City. 71 northbound ramp towards 270 east is still closed. Has been going on for about 4 hours and will continue to be as crews clean up the situation there. A semi-truck was involved with a loaded truck. They are cleaning up the area still, but again, some major slowdowns. A good detour for you if you are headed in this area. Take 71 northbound to State Road 104, up on down south to High Street, and then back on to 270 eastbound. Should save you a little bit of time. I'm 10 TV's Brain Albizu with your fan traffic.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
When sudden illness or injury strike, Ohio State offers 3 types of urgent care to meet any of your needs. From traditional urgent care to our specialized orthopedic urgent care for activity-related injuries and advanced urgent care for more serious injury and illness. Ohio State's experts treat everything from broken bones to ear infections and colds and flu. When your illness or injury can't wait, the choice is clear.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Maybe your partner can't tolerate your snoring every night. You can't stand your CPAP machine. I totally get it. But the good news is there are alternatives to the CPAP machine. And Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your spouse will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and of course, stops your snoring. That's the main point. It's quick and comfortable and an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea, and now he's expanding his practice to better serve his patients with a brand new location in Marysville. I love Marysville. If you're snoring and not sleeping, you need to call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. Do not delay. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. You can also visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. And now, sleepbettermarysville.com too.
Dealin' Days are back at Lindsay Honda. Lock in your deal in May. Save thousands on hundreds of new Hondas. Simply pick your new 2025 Honda and enjoy 0% for up to 60 months. Yes, 0% for up to 60 months on all new 2025 Hondas, including HR-V, Pilot, and Ridgeline.
Cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Lindsay's got it, and you're gonna save.
See Lindsay Honda during Dealin' Days. See lindsayhonda.com for details.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live, online, or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Hey, you. Wouldn't a Diet Coke at 7 a.m. totally hit? You know you can get that from Wendy's for just $1, right? Even you, girl drinking a Fanta on the way to 8 a.m. Pilates class. Any soda you want, any size, just $1. So go get that breakfast soda, you morning menace. But maybe hurry, because it's only during breakfast. Morning soda? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours. Exclusions apply. Not valid on a combo. Prices may be higher in Hawaii.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in, that's are us.
Brought to you by the Capital One Saver Card. With Saver, you earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, and at grocery stores. That's unlimited cash back on ordering takeout from home or unlimited cash back on tickets to concerts and games. So grab a bite, grab a seat, and earn unlimited 3% cash back with the Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.